Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, a great Thanksgiving special, we got some allies. So of course, what better way to celebrate Thanksgiving than with your best friends, your allied, friendly sort of unit that will defeat our opponent as one great big struggle. So, Avatar has brought us a lot of new ally cards that are actually quite insane. Before, I always thought ally was going to be a meme because when I saw a few of the cards, like, a Katara that says if an ally ability triggers, it triggers twice, or Earth King's Lieutenant says put up a +1/+1 counter on every ally we control, each of them seems to be just sort of okay on their own. But when we actually combo them all together, this became an insane deck. So let's talk about the deck list, and I really have to talk about it in terms of the curve. Because turn 1, we got 4 Earth Kingdom Protector and 4 Earthen Ally, which means that for the early game, we can definitely drop a 1-drop. Now you might think a 1-drop, basically, what is that little doggo called? The sacrificial one that can protect a creature, or an Earthen Ally that's the 1-mana 1/2 that may be able to grow, but really is a 1-mana 1/2 in the beginning. How good can it be, right? And the answer is really, really good because of what we can do afterwards. So turn 2, here's one of the biggest cards in this deck. Great Divide Guy, a 2-mana 2/3, which 2/3 means it's not shockable. But it's also a human scale ally that says each land and ally you control can tap to add 1 mana of any color. So it turns every single one of our allies into mana dork. You know what this reminds me of? The mana bind or mana swift slivers that makes all of your slivers mana dork. This is exactly what happens to the allies. Now all of our allies are mana dorks, which help us ramp so quickly with this deck. And then this deck also has another really good card in South Pole Voyager. This card is insane. A 2-mana 2/2. Whenever this creature or another ally enters, you gain 1 life. So by himself, he already gains you 1 life. The second ally enters, you gain another life. If this is the second time this ability resolved this turn, you get to draw a card. So every turn, if you have 2 ally enter, you get to draw a card. And this is not legendary. Almost none of these allies are legendary, so you can stack these. Right? If you have 2 South Pole Voyagers, you draw 2 cards a turn. 3 South Pole Voyagers, you draw 3 cards a turn. That's really good. Well, how do we have more than 1 ally enter the battlefield every turn? Well, we have Invasion Reinforcement, a 2-mana 1/1 upgrade, a flash speed that gives us another 1/1 ally. So more mana dorks for the Divide Guide, more card draw for the South Pole Voyager. This is great synergy in the early game. And then we have 2 Earth King Lieutenant, just because I want to have a little bit more aggro in case our opponent's playing some sort of control deck that we have to, or a combo deck that we have to get damage in as early as possible. Earth King Lieutenant does that. A 2-mana 1/1 that says when this creature enters, you put up a +1/+1 counter on each other ally, and whenever another ally enters, you put up a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Well, we don't really care about the second part, but the first part, +1/+1 on each ally. Well, if you remember the old human decks, that's exactly what the Thalia's Lieutenant did, right? So the Earth King Lieutenant buff all of our board, and now we can get in a lot of damage early. Because remember, these are 1/1s that brings out 1/1s. So, and those can be mana dorks, so we can, vomit out more 1/1s. And then we can buff all of those 1/1s with a +1/+1 counter. Again, not legendary, meaning that we can do it more than once. And now we're really going over the top of our opponent with a very wide board. So this is our just turn 2 play, or 2-mana play. 3-mana play, we have 2 Katara, the Fearless. Now we get into the legendary side. Insane. This crazy girl, right? 3-mana 3/3, banned color, which you might think is hard to get. Not in this deck. Every one of our lands can have whatever color we want. Banned color is easy to get. 3-mana 3/3, if a trigger ability of an ally triggers, does twice. So guess what? We get 2 1/1s instead of just 1 1/1, so 2-mana 3 1/1s, and then we get to draw. When we gain more than 1 life each turn, and every ally that enters now will be the second time it triggers because it triggers twice. So that means we get to draw a card for every ally that we play for each turn. And then Earth King Lieutenant puts 2 +1/+1 counter on each creature when it enters. That just buffed the entire board to an insane amount, but not crazy enough. So we're only going to run 2 Katara in the deck for Aang. Aang Swift Saver, this is our protection, this is our defense, this is our counter spell sort of in the deck. And in early game, it just counters anything, right? Airbands their spell, and they had to pay 2 to cast it again. And by then, we're already overwhelmed the entire deck. So that's the whole idea. Now, turn 4, we got 2 Hakoda, Selfless Commander. I really like this card. A 4-mana 3/5 Vigilance, which is already pretty good. And we're going to look at the top card of our library and cast Ally spell from the top. So that's pretty good as well. It's kind of a future side for allies. And then, the best part is, sack Hakoda, creatures you control gets +0/+5 and gain indestructible. So, we get to protect all of our creatures, all of our ally, because, you know, board wipes are very scary. So, one thing about board wipe that's scary is that they can just destroy all creatures like a Day of Judgment. This indestructible does protect that, so does Earth King Protector. But another thing that our opponent can do is give minuses. So, you know, target creature gets -3/-3, and things like that. That a lot of times kill our creatures that gets around indestructible. Now with Hakoda, +0/+5 protects against a lot of the minuses as well. So Hakoda's real nice. And then we have 3 Wartime Protester, which does serve a infinite combo in this deck because it gives all of our ally haste and +1 on counter whenever they enter. So that combos with Appa. So here's the idea. We actually have an infinite combo in this deck that, you know, the good old Aang and Appa is infinite airbending each other. So that by itself is already infinite airbend if we have extra 2 mana for every airbended play, right? So these are both flash. So every time we do that, we have to pay 2 mana. But every time we do that, we also get an extra ally creature token because of Appa's trigger. So we get extra ally every time. With Katara, we get 2 extra ally every time. And in those 2 extra ally, we can then use the haste speed from Wartime Processor with Great Divide Guide to, well, add the extra mana and get more air banged out. So that's kind of the idea for the infinite, but we don't really care. That infinite is there, but we don't need it. The whole point is to kind of vomit out these creatures and just deal damage as quickly as possible and overwhelm our opponent. And then finally, we have 1 or 2 5-mana drop in Aang at the Crossroads, a 5-mana 3/3 that then brings in another 4-drop ally. Well, 4-drop creature technically, but we're all allies. So we can bring in a Wartime Protester, bring in Hakoda, bring in Appa, and really just go off from there. Alright, that's the whole idea of the deck. Now let's talk about the lands. So we do have 24 lands in the deck because we don't have that many mana dorks. Even though Great Divide Guide turns them all into mana dorks, we still have to hit lands early game, so we need 24 lands. But this deck, every card is an ally. No non-creature spell. So 4 Cavern of Souls, 4 Secluded Courtyard, 4 Jasmine Dragon Tea Shop, all naming allies, meaning that there's 12 lands that can add 1 mana of any color for the spells that we want to play. Jasmine Tea Shop even make more allies that we can then add to the Great Divide Guide's mana base. So that's kind of the idea. We can also add 1/3 Tree City so that we can use it name allies, and then we can tap to add mana equal to the number of allies we control. Really ramp from there. And then it's mostly bent deck, so we're going to run 4 Breeding Pool, 3 Hushwood Verge, 3 Floodfarm Verge, and in case our opponent basic check us, I have 1 playing the deck. And that's the whole idea of allies. Let's see how well we can do in Standard. Alright, our opponent is Sai. His name is Sai. My name is Go First. Well, I mean, it's a start. I think I could reveal the Jasmine Tea House. I don't think it matters, because obviously I'm playing the Earthen Ally. No, land we're out. No, that's gonna be a problem, right? Enters, or another ally you control enters. You gain 1 life. So I played as I gain 1 life. Next turn I can draw a card. I don't even know if this is fast enough against this deck with the Badger moves. Well, a tap land is very good. Hopefully that's all they do. Nope, Badger mode time. Oh god. Okay, here we go. Here we go with the Badgers. You do get an Earthen Ally, so that's pretty important, right? If we Earthen Ally, we can Earth King. I don't actually get any boosts. Let me draw a card, please. Voyager. It's gonna get 4 mana. So I'm pretty screwed here, huh? There's Ouroboros. Get a FOMO too. Jesus. Alright. It's gonna be a scary board. It's a real scary board. That's the problem, right? I don't get enough cards. So I get a boost on Earthen Ally, but I don't know if that helps. I don't know if it helps enough. I need to get a land here, and even then, I don't get a land. These are all 3s, so when I attack, it's a forced block, but he could just chump with the FOMO, so he doesn't really lose much. He's gonna double block? Or he's just gonna double chump? He double jumps, and he's gonna have a pretty wide board. Now, South Pole Voyagers are good cards, but I don't know if that's good enough. Tursa. You get to discard 2 cards and draw 2 cards. Yeah. Seems pretty good. How many of these cards are coming into me, though? Isn't that the question? Just a 4/4. I'll take that. Well, that is a very important card to have, huh? I don't know if I can go tall enough even with this. I guess I can try. What happened to my creature? Oh, he double blocked to kill it. So I want to hold up my creature as a blocker. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 mana. So if I play this right now, I would draw a card. I'll draw 2 cards actually. I can hope, right? I can really hope that this draws me a land. It does draw me a land. I would like an ally. And then I'm gonna not attack and hope not to die this turn. Oh boy. Cross your heart and hope to cross your heart. Cross your heart and hope to die. Jesus. Badger Mo is not a fair card, even though we had all this value. We kind of stopped the overboard if I'm being too big. That's kind of about it, but let's see what our opponent's doing, because we did unload on board, so we have a lot. Kind of just win next turn. He's tapping his man land, which is weird. Okay, so he's got 3 for FOMO. I think he wants to double attack here. He has 4 mana for something. He wants to play something. If he plays a Tursa here, Nature's Rhythm. Search your library for a creature card with mana value cost X. Does he have a creature card that costs 0? What? What's a creature card that costs 0? I don't understand. I would like to gain some life, and then I will flicker that out and go to combat. I mean, I guess he can replay it with the Landward Elf, right? But he'll tap out. Not letting him get to that power. He does play it, which means he gets a +1. And if he wants to attack, he can attack. But then we win on the crackback. No block. Take it. You can do it again if you want. Big board. But he's tapped out. He didn't untap his mana dork. Which means it's wrong. Right, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers, no land. have a lot more than 5 attackers. I can Aang at the Crossroad. I can also Earth King Lieutenant. I think Aang at the Crossroad might be better. Because I get 2 creatures in this way. Maybe. I could just whiff. Oh, is that a haster? Jeez, that's a lot of cards, huh? And then I can Katara, which Katara also gives haste. Yeah, Katara also gives haste. I would say that's a lot of it. And then Lieutenant. Which also gives haste. Alright. I would say that's lethal. Wouldn't you say that's lethal? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. It's got 5 blockers. So as long as one creature gets through, this... I can't believe I didn't give Aang Flying. Oh, I couldn't give Aang Flying, right? Because when this came in, that's when I had the wartime. Go for broke. It's pretty important that he's tapped out. So I'll definitely deal this 4 damage. And then I will maybe deal this 3 damage. And that should still be lethal, because he has no way to get mana. Oh, our allies! We got there! All your badgers are no match for Aang. Not blocking Katara. Alright, well, did he take 7? GG! I'm at 40. That's a funny DH game. Alright, our opponent is Shepherd. He is Commander Shepherd the First. Oh god, the first. That is not good. We do get to go first, but against the Shepherd, this will be a uphill battle. Get Earthen Ally up there. It's a good block. Oh, okay. They are... Control? Yeesh. Control's pretty bad. Ally, please. And this is the flash one. So do I play the flash one? Do I play Katara here? Because if I play Katara, I can get 2 of these out. Maybe I do that. Oh boy, do they have a counter spell? Does kind of feel like a counter spell. Shoot the sheriff. Katara, will you survive this 3-color control nonsense? Hushwood Verge again. I can actually get a lot of allies out this turn. Nothing happens. Reinforcements. You gonna counter my reinforcements? Then the reinforcements. Secluded courtyard. Well, I'll hold on to that for now. Down to 2. 2's not dead. You know, I'm probably getting wiped. No, stock up. Oh, okay. Interesting. Did I get the aggro damage in? He's got 2 lands left. Pretty wide board. GG! Alright, allies, get there. Thanks, Katara. Alright, our opponent is Smudged 3. The Bargle. The Bargler. The Bargler goes first. Yeesh. Alright, this is pretty awful. And their control. Okay, that's a lot of bad things happening here, but we're just gonna roll with it and try to curve out ourselves. It's not great. he's gonna... Oh, he has blue for some reason. So maybe we'll get there. Ally again. I think I need to South Pole Voyager. And I can't attack. I cannot attack. Because if I attack, I just run into a creature like a... Yeah, this is very likely to have the Virtue deck. So, Special Sailor. Okay. Create a clue. Creature with flying gets +1/+1. Yeesh. That's pretty scary. I cannot block those. And all his creatures fly. But, at least, if we play a Verge here, I guess Green Verge will work. Katara will give me double trigger. Ability of an ally trigger, it triggered an additional time, which will draw me a card. And everything else that matters would matter here. So, yes. Now we go for the attack because he's tapped out. Alright, Flying Deck. Flying Deck with perhaps Momo. Aaron Nomad's Legacy. Interesting card. Not gonna lie, it's not a bad card. Gonna have to take that. He's keeping 3 mana up. It was my turn. 3 Tree City. And then ally and tap 3. Now add 3 mana. It's not great. So let's get the Tea Shop out first. Maybe the Earth King Lieutenant. Probably, right? Gains me 2 life on this turn, 2 life on my opponent's turn. This can't be countered, so maybe it's Aven Interrupter. They do have those. Especially for a flying deck. I wouldn't be surprised if he has that. Aang. Okay, you can't stop the Aang from earth banding my spells. He's gonna bend my Katara. Alright, well, in response to that, let's gain a bunch of life. Because I won't be able to gain it from my opponent's turn, so let's do it this turn. Oh, no, you're just gonna leave. GG. It's not even that good. I mean, with the Earth King's Ally, it will be pretty strong, but it's not over. Alright, our opponent is... Get wrecked! 57v3. I don't know what that means. But we have Earthen Ally and a Katara. It's really all we have. Do we keep this hand because I have a 1-drop? A 1-drop that goes nowhere, though. Yeah, let's try it. You never know. Here's an Earthen Ally. I can play a tap land extra. And a Katara comes out on turn 3. They hedge mace. Oh, that's dead game. Oh, now that's a different story, right? Because we get the South Pole Voyager out. Now we can deal a lot more damage with Katara. And maybe even the Wartime Protester. Not gonna let them get to turn 4, because that would just be game over. But if I don't draw a land, it won't matter. I will draw a card here. It's Aang. Oh, Aang can help. Aang can help a lot. They play a tap land, they say go. I'm just gonna hold up Aang. You know, if I don't draw a land, I get screwed, right? So they're gonna Cavarel this turn. I airbended, and they'll cry like the little baby that they are. Stop playing that deck. Origins, big bang. I get airbended twice. GG. That will be game over. Airbang is so strong. Alright, our opponent is the hefty Wet Ram. He does look pretty hefty. Oh, we get to go first. Well, no 1-drops now that we get to go first. Got 2 Floodfarm Verges, which does help us play our spells. So let's try it, see what we can hit. Definitely need that Voyager to kind of pop off there. Flames. Scavenger. Uh-oh. Indestructible won't help against Shelter by Ghosts. That's kind of the risk, right? Is our opponent going to immediately turn 1 Shelter? Going first. Ethereal Armor. Alright, that's still annoying, but we can get around that. Not gonna block that. There's a protection spell, as you can all see. What is this? For each enchantment you control. Well, should we just Aang that Scavenger? I mean, I gotta do it now, right? Because otherwise he untaps and he does a lot with his protection. I kind of have to try it. I guess if he leaves up mana, I can just chump. He does leave up mana. There definitely sticks. So, guess we'll just chump. Do I even jump? Some very good cards. I don't really want to use it right away. He doesn't use his mana. Does not flash though. Well, I don't think this matters. I'm gonna name Ally. So I guess we Hakoda here, because I don't think his creatures are gonna go away, right? So with Hakoda, gain 1 life. And we're gonna try to protect. If he just attacks, let me just chump. It's not the end of the world. That's all he does. I can live with that. Ooh, and the Crossroads. That's a good card. I think I'm gonna attack. Just with Hakoda. It's not with the reveal, right? Look at. Yeah, it's not with the reveal, so he doesn't know what I have. I can airbend his spells. Let's do it again. Do a little chumping. So playing Aang here doesn't really help. I'm just gonna pass turn. Ooh, that's a wartime. Let's get into that wartime. I shall be at a crossroads. This is also pretty good. Well, the haste. Great Divide Guide. The lands can't really be used here, so I'm just gonna have this enter tapped. And I'll pass. Well, with the 3 damage attack. Yeah, I think I can do a 3 damage attack. I don't think he has spells to play this turn. Next turn we get the Great Divide Guide down, and then we really get the game going. Here's a jump. We're down to 9. And my computer monitor is turned off. Oh, it's coming back. Oh, she's gonna leave? What happened? You dealt so much damage. You don't want to play no more? GG. Alright, our opponent is Uganda Boy 123. Yeah, boy, we're going first. How you doing? Let's get the no turn 1 play down first. See where we go from there. He's gonna be talented. Okay, thanks. Thanks for the no turn 1 play afterwards. So I can get the South Pole and hope the South Pole stick. I think we do this. I think we do this, right? That way I potentially draw a card. And I get a 2/2, so it does threatening something. You can't just watch. It is Boomerang deck. Rotate. Probably gonna bounce the South Pole. No? He doesn't bounce the South Pole. He's got 1 mana, so this means we can Great Divide into the invasion. I can play the invasion on his turn. Not attacking. I know what I'm doing. I'm not attacking into that. Now he does opt, but do I want to play a creature this turn? I think I do, because either way I'm splashing a creature, but this way, you can't stop it. I gain a life and I'd also draw the extra card. Ooh, that's a wartime protester. Turns the whole deck life. I'm not gonna block. I should have blocked. Abandon attachment. Sure. It seems like he's not dealing damage to me anyways. Now that he's at 1 mana. Oh. I guess, I don't know what lands is he talking about. I have 7 mana. GG. Alright, our opponent is Stroke of Genius. How many strokes is it? Don't answer that. You go first. Okay, cool. I'm happy with that. We go first with Earth King Protector into Great Divide Guide. This is insane. Starting time says go. This is just reinforcement, right? Bit of life. I can Great Divide Guide. Now I can attack. I can play another Earth King Protector. Really protect my Great Divide Guide. Next turn I'll have 5 mana. This is wild. He's got 2. I have 5. He plots. Hope that helps him. I could play this at instant speed. I don't need to do anything this turn. We're gonna Aang whatever he plays. Make his plot feel bad. Floodfarm Verge. That's cute. Slick shot show off. Yeah, you know what? I don't care about that at all. Cactor, Trample. You can only get one of the base. Okay. Give it a try. Give it a go. Let's wait till the attack. Alright, so I'm gonna play this. Reinforcements. Make 2 1/1s. I'm gonna play Aang. Now just bounce this back to your hand. Well, this doesn't bounce back to the hand, right? So now I could block and I trade. That's pretty good. Protect Aang, please. Send your creature to your deck. And now it's game over for you. We play the Earthen Ally. And we play the Earth King's Lieutenant. That is a huge board. You know what? No. Let's go do this. Everybody in. Why would I hold back? Nice deck. Think about playing spells? Oh no, they're just gonna leave. Alright, GG. Overwhelm. Alright, our opponent is KKD. The opponent is KKD. Can we go first? No, we cannot. We got Earth King Ally. And then no 2-drops. Yeesh. That's painful. We do have a catch-up with Katara and Aang, but not having 2-drops probably gonna cost us the game. I'm gonna keep, but you know, like I don't think it matters. So probably quit right away. There's a 0-2. That's actually a 1-2. They're just gonna burn off our ally. We learned a lesson. We learned that lesson. And that lesson is we're screwed. Dragonfly Swarm. Right, I can't really get around that in any way. I can play Katara, have Katara get burned, and cry about it. Nothing else I can do. You have the combustion technique. There was really nothing else we could have done. Alright, can they deal 5 damage to us? Probably just boomerang this. I still gotta play it. Planisphere, okay. Okay, he's doing something different. That is not a lesson that I'm willing to learn. Can't block it, so I'll take it. Him not getting lands is probably the best thing that could happen to me. So, oh, I can't play lands, right? I can only cast ally spells, so here's an ally spell. Do I play the Earth King's Protector then? I do get to draw a card. I don't think so, though. Fire Bending Lesson. Do I want to bend that? I get to draw a card. You have to pay 2 for that lesson. Yeah, you know what? You learn the hard way. Vigilance. It's gonna have to learn the hard way. I'm gonna abandon his attachment to make this little guy bigger. Wang Shitong! Now he's gonna shoot off my South Pole. Alright, Do I want to protect the South Pole with Hakoda? Yeah, kind of, yeah, right? I need to do it. He can't attack through this. So I guess this turn I'm playing a Protester and an Earth King's ally? Does not hold up Appa, but might be the best I can do in this scenario. I just need to draw some cards. Great Divide Guide. You cannot divide my guide. So instead, we're gonna have to eat some damage this turn. Not very nice, but it is what it is. Hellkite! Warped in Hellkite. Alright, we take out one damage. Okay, just a 4 damage attack. With 2 mana left open. Is that all they do? Well, if that's all they do, we're gonna Great Divide Guide it up. Can't counter this. No attacks. I'm gonna pass turn here. I only got one ally out, but it's gonna have to do for now. One damage to Aang again. I'll make this a 4-5, right? I will make this a 4-5. I'm going to attack with Aang. I can also transform Aang, but I think I'm going to tap Aang. White. No. I want to add white. Airbank Aang, and the only card I want to airbank here is Aang. He does get to draw a card. Stormchaser's Talent. Whenever you draw a third card each turn, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, and whenever you draw it. Okay. So he does get either of those. We're going to let that happen. And before we go to my turn, I would like to make an ally. Ooh, a Voyager. Alright, we'll go to my turn. So, I'm going to play... Well, first I'm going to play a land. I'm going to play another Voyager. I'm going to gain a lot of life from doing this. And then I play Earth Kingdom Protector. Another Voyager. Okay, do I drop the second Voyager? I think I should, right? It's a really good card. But no, I think I hold back. It's a 6/6, so I don't want to attack with anything. Maybe Appa. Appa can also block. Block the Hellkite? I don't think I'm going to block the Hellkite, so... I mean, this is basically 2 mana for 1 mana. I think it's fair. He knows I have Aang, but I can't really airbang anything that he can't replay. I could airbang Appa. Yeah, no. You can't hurt Appa, you jerk. Wow, that's a lot of card draws. Level up. What's he gonna get? What can he even get from his graveyard? Combustion technique? Or abandon? No, he's gonna abandon the game. GG KDD, and we got so much going on because these Southpole Voyagers got us the game. So much card draw, it's insane. GG. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those games, have you recognized that allies are not a meme? That's insane, right? We got through a lot of wins because Great Divide Guy is such a good ramp. Southpole Voyager is such a good card draw. Invasion Reinforcement is such good tempo. All three combined makes it so that we really goes on the board early game. And then it's very difficult to deal with because if our opponent wants to target our Katara or Aang, we got Earth King Protector to protect those. And if our opponent wants to board wipe, we got Hakoda to protect the whole board. If our opponent's doing some sort of control, we're just, Appa to kind of bend a lot of these creatures out. Hasty Speed, Water Time Protector, Protester, and then just kind of go off and attack and win the game from there. This deck allows us to run 4 Caverns, so it's very difficult to counter. This deck allows us to run 4 Jasmine Dragon T-Shop, so it's very hard to board wipe us because we can just add mana and make more allies if we need to. And we don't really care about the wonky color base because we can always get there, right? Another thing that I wanted to add was Aang, the big Aang himself. Let's see if I can get there. That's big Aang. This guy, Aang, or Avatar Aang. But I couldn't figure out how to Earth Bend, Fire Bend, Water Bend, and Air Bend in the same turn. Technically, Avatar Aang does Fire Bend himself. And then we can use that mana to Water Bang Aang. And then we can use the backside of Aang at the Crossroads to Earth Bend. And then we can Airbend by casting Aang Swiss Savior, right? So you can technically do all the bending, but I just don't think this deck needs to do that. Because we win without doing all the bending. We can just win by having all these allies and overwhelm our opponent because they can't really kill our allies early game. And imagine a sort of a very aggressive creature deck with creatures that can't be killed. That is very strong. And that's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. I'll see you guys next time.